Hello YouTube, this is Big Fucking Bert here. I just wanted to let you know that I am in the headspace now of really fucking wanting to win something. I want to be accomplished in my life, not just based on my occupation, but my god, do I just want to win something, you know? And I think that is what we should all be striving for, is not having a vague idea of our dreams, but having secure accomplishments that we're able to succeed in. I don't know if that makes sense, but hold on. Even winning a soccer game at our local community indoor futsal centres or whatever would be really cool goal to be able to accomplish in your life. I think like you watch so many things on TV of people fucking succeeding and being literally the top in the world, and I don't think nowadays it's hard to see community activities as something a success, you know? And that is fucking destroying our culture and destroying our competition, I think, at least. I think with the arrival of technology and everything that has been introduced into our lives in the past 10 or maybe even 20 years, it's harder for us to be able to look at ourselves as accomplished and successful, because there's you working 12 hours a day for 2 weeks and not doing the shit that you want to do, and then there's someone who's fucking kicking balls in the back of a fucking net and making millions of dollars. And it kind of makes you feel fucking guilty in a way, because you think to yourself, why didn't I spend my youth focusing on that? But the thing is, it's kind of selfish thing to think, because it never really was your dream, it's their dream. And you can kick a ball in the back of a net. You just won't be the best in the world, but you can still compete with the best in your city, the best in your town, you know? And I think it's really fucked up that we're now that we don't really have a central community, or that central community of being able to compete has kind of faded a bit. It doesn't mean it's not there anymore, it just means it's challenged by people comparing themselves rather to people in their home cities or the places where they come from. They're just comparing themselves to these fucking multi-million-dollar robots. I'm not having a go at these people. They deserve the position they're in. But if you try skateboarding, you'll think of Nigel Houston, and it's fuck, this guy is a fucking robot. Or you look at Cristiano Ronaldo, or who plays soccer, or any other person who's top tiering in any fucking sport, and it's they've literally spent their whole life just focusing on this shit. But I tell you now that if you're able to just sit down with yourself for 2 minutes, you can be successful in this field, right? Just don't have as high expectations of you being the best in the world. You don't have to be either. I think the beneficial thing of us average folk is we can choose to be good in we can literally be in the top 1% or the top 5% of people who are good at something. But if you can get to that top 5%, congratulations, right? But if you want to focus on chess, if you want to focus on soccer, if you want to focus on futsal, if you want to focus on business, health, God, relationships, you can be in that top 5%. But the thing is, these people are extremely good at these sports and whatnot. They're in the 0.0001%, you know what I mean? So I guess the good thing about us average folk is we can choose to get better in the things that we want to do. Well, is at the end of the day, probably the best thing to do the best thing to do would be not to compare yourself to other people at all. But specifically, do not compare yourself to these people who have just fucking grinded and focused on these activities, hobbies, or just finances or anything, or even health, even for their whole life. Like that, they've focused on that for their whole life. So the best thing to do would not to compare yourself to anyone, but fucking specifically do not compare yourself to these people. And I think this is probably the best piece of advice that will, or the best thing that I've done that I could be able to make into advice for people, is to fucking step away from the internet, bro. Find yourself like a local club, whether it be playing like 8 ball or something, or anything, and just get yourself involved in something local. And I feel like locality, is that a weird word? Yeah, locality has died out, because why do you need local when you've got the internet? I don't know, it's a shit fest, bro. But honestly, have yourself like a cheap dumb phone. That's what I do. I got a dumb phone and I don't go on my phone at all. Like, I think I'm struggling with this at the moment is because the World Cup was on, and just seeing all these fucking young 19-year-old kids just fucking scoring absolute banger goals. It's just fucking, I don't know. It hits you in a place where it's like, oh god. But don't compare yourself to other people. Specifically people in the top 0.001%. Fucking be your own person, man. Have your own things that you wake up to. Don't get caught in the trap of like working too much either. I think having a financial plan before anything, before hobbies or things that you like to do, is probably more important. But if as long as you've got like a settled down plan, you don't need to make your life fucking hard. I don't know where the idea came from where everybody just needs to fucking work all the time. I don't know. And it seems to just get worse and worse every year. And I could go into the economy and stuff like that, but that's not really something I want to do. Yeah, so at the end of the day, just focus on yourself and just fucking make an accomplishment of yourself, It shouldn't be that tedious to think of yourself or winning something, Everybody should be out there doing what they love, Magic of the Gathering, fucking chess, anything, Let's get it.